Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.
Now, I got to talk to Mace not that long ago.
Pastor Mason?
Pastor Mace, yeah. He put out some new work. Yeah. And he talked on his Mount Rushmore of hip hop, and it was a dope Mount Rushmore. I want to ask you, a student of the game, who's on your Mount Rushmore of hip hop? Put you on the spot real quick.
Put you on the spot. I'd definitely say living or non-living, or just all time.
All time. And it can be your Mount Rushmore, you know what I'm saying?
From my era, you know, I'm gonna say Jay, Big, Pop.
Of course.
My era, Nas.
He thinking.
Right face, man.
Yeah, that's my nigga right there, man. Yeah, face that nigga.
Yeah, man.
Okay, now who's the most surprising Freeway fan that you've ever come across? Like, it just blew your mind that, like, Wale, Seinfeld, just blew his mind that was a fan to this. Who's somebody came up to you like, yo, I bang with your music? Like, wow.
Man, I can't even remember, man. Like, every time I come out the house, somebody coming up to me.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's like every day. Like, and you know the crazy thing is, like, I'll be forgetting about that Freeway shit because it's me every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got problems like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like get on my nerves, and I'll be going through shit just like everybody else. So I could be having a fucked up day, and then some little kids around to me like, "Hey, Freeway, can I get your autograph?" You know what I mean? Just cheer me up. You know what I'm saying?
Change the whole perspective.
It's definitely a blessing, you know.
Now, I gotta ask you, something I've always, if I said I had a chance to talk to Free, I'd ask you, man. Just Blaze, Kanye. In the beginning stages, who would you think was the hottest? And can we hear some work from Free with Just Blaze and Kanye? I know a while ago you talked about it.
Oh, yeah, the last album I just put out, you know, I had a track from Just
Blaze.
It's called Early. And, actually, man, I'm coming out with Just. When y'all putting this out?
Next week.
All right, yeah. Well, by the time this is out, y'all will see that I came out with Just Blaze for the Roots Picnic. We performing, going to do all the classic joints, you know. And I'll be fucking with Just. I'll mess with him at the Fatal Fort, at the South by Southwest. Couple different joints. He came to Philly probably a couple months ago. And we was at Silk City. We performed the whole Philadelphia Freeway for Silk City.
Yeah, he fucked with us. He sat down with us.
Crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I got a lot of love for Just, man. I got a lot of love for Kanye too. I would love to work with him, but I haven't like really been communicating with him like that. Like, I seen him a couple times. We dapped each other up. It was all love, but like I haven't like sat down and have a conversation with him about working. But I'm pretty sure, hopefully, if when I reach out to him to work, he'll want to work. You know what I'm saying?
I said in them early stages. You got to hear them two building their brand. Who'd you like the most in the beginning?
It wasn't even like that. Like, it wasn't even like a competition thing. I'm
give me the political answer.
I'm just giving you the real answer. Okay, like, ain't no political shit. It wasn't like that. We would come to the studio. Kanye would be in one room. Just would be in one room. Jay would be in the living room in the waiting area playing pool. Me and Mac would be in here working on the verse. Chris and Eve would be in there working on the verse. And then they like shit just switching around, like mix matching. Like, we'd be in here fucking with some Just Blaze beats. We'd be in here fucking with some Kanye beats. It was so crazy that we didn't even know whose beats was whose until after the song was done. Like, you know, we just was grinding. It wasn't like a competition thing. Like, everybody had talent. Everybody was just working together trying to make the best product. That's why the music that came out from that era was so good, because it was so many talented people working together. You know what I'm saying? And it was just amazing. Like, when I did What We Do, Jay was in a waiting room playing pool. I just laid the verses. I originally called them in the room just to say the keep goings. I was like, yo, come in here, listen to this shit. I was like, I need you to do me a favor. He's like, all right, I'll be in a second. So he came in. I was like, I need you to say, keep going. Because I always like adding a little spice to my records. Like, you know, Jay always do that shit. Like, yeah, like put a little chick voice right here just to add a little spice to it. So I picked that up from him. So I'm like, let me just ask him to do the keep going. So he's like, all right, I got you. So he sat down on the table for like 10 minutes and was like, he was like, he wanted the booth. He wanted the booth and just, oh, never slacking, man. Bad thing. And he actually wasn't finished. He was like, all right, then he dapped me up. He's like, I'm out. I'm going to come back and finish the rest of the verse later. And then the next day, Mac came in the studio with me. I was working on Philadelphia Freeway, so I like had the A room on lock. So then Mac came in the studio, and Mac was, I was like, I did this drink with J Mac, like, scrap. Let me hear it, scrap. Nah, you ain't holding on to the heat. Let me hear that shit, scrap. So Mac came in the room, and he heard my verse, and he was like, woo. Then he heard J verse. He was like, man, I'm getting on that joint, man. He's like, Jay ain't finishing that joint. I'm getting on that joint. So Mac put his verse on that joint, and I was like, man, we got one. And them niggas was like, well, what we do, the crazy shit is, they was like, this not a single. They was like, we not pushing this record as a single. It's not a single. It doesn't have a hook. It's not the normal format with the radios play and all this and all that. And it's like my biggest record, you know?
Classic.
We like changed the game with that joint, you know? So,
yeah. What's your favorite? What's one of your? Besides, is that your favorite studio session, or what is?
That's probably one of my favorite studio sessions. You know, I got a lot of favorite studio sessions, but that was, I think another interesting studio session was, I was in LA when I did the joint. Rest in peace to Nate Dogg. When I did the joint with Nate Dogg. Nate Dogg just came in the studio, yeah, like his fifth of Henny, and he was like just drinking his Henny. He was like, oh, okay, Philly, vibing with you, you know what I mean? Then he just started going in his bag, like, ooh, he started with the ooh, 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 ooh. He started with them. I was like, oh, it's over, like, you know what I mean? Then he got his voice right, came in and killed that joint, man.
That's love.
Rest in peace to Nate Dogg.
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Who's the most interesting person you've got to meet throughout your stint? If you can narrow it down to one, or just
man, I meet a lot of interesting people. But probably like the most interesting rapper is probably Jay.
Okay.
Like the nigga, like it was like a couple years before I even seen the nigga sleep. I used to be like, damn, do this nigga sleep? Like, like I would never, like you could never see him sleeping. Like he was just like, you know what I mean? We'd be in the studio, or we'd be like on a private jet or something, that nigga just be up, like, you know what I mean? Like, I used to be like, man, this man don't never sleep. He always working. He always up, like, you know.
Is that the most valuable lesson you picked up from him?
Like when he talk, you just gotta pay attention, because it's always like, well, when he talk to us and he trying to school us, it's always it's always a lesson in what he say, but you just gotta pay attention, like, and you gotta like get it out of what he said. You know what I'm saying? So, there's millions of things that he told me that I took in.
Man, well, it's definitely been a pleasure, man. I know I haven't had you sit there for a while, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you,
all
man.
Good, man. Appreciate
anything you like to leave us with before we get out of here?
Man, I'm here, man. I'm working, man. I rep y'all, do this for y'all. I've been doing this for 13, 14 years. I'm still here. I got a lot more music to come, inshallah, and I hope y'all ready for it.
All right, man. Well, y'all make sure y'all check out that Broken Ankles EP.
It's out. Download it on that Piff.
That's right.
Shout out Girl Talk.
Matter of fact, before we go, I do got one more question. Last question. You ever get mad or feel like you don't get the respect you deserve for bringing the bear to the game? Now they be the Rick Ross bear, the Rick Ross. I said, damn, man, Free had that bear about 6-7 years
Shout
before.
out Ross, that's my man.
Of course that's love, but do you ever feel like you don't get your fashion credit?
Nah, niggas know.
Okay. Bear gang.
Niggas know the lyrical molesting is taking place. Fucking with FRE, it ain't safe.
There you go.
But like, you ain't gotta ask me, ask them. Like when they come through, I'm pretty sure they gonna come through. Niggas know, you know.
Alright, well that's what it is, man. It's your boy E Money, chilling with the homie Freeway. We signing out with hip hop since 1987.com.
Shout my hip hop since 1987, niggas. Hip hop since 1987.com.
I hit Jay like I heard you coming down or whatever. He like, yeah, come through, come fuck with me. I slid down, you know, jumped in the picture, whatever. But everybody had suits on. I didn't have a suit on.
Yeah.
So I felt uncomfortable. So I stood to the side, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just chilling, like, you know what I mean? And, you know, people try to blow it up.